Lisa Holm, born on February 7, 1998, in Skövde, Sweden, was a cheerful 17-year-old student. In 2015, she worked part-time at a small cafe restaurant near her hometown while attending school. Known for her warm personality and sense of responsibility, Lisa was a beloved figure both at work and among her friends and family. On Sunday, June the 7th, 2015, the weather was unusually windy. Despite the challenging conditions, Lisa planned to ride her moped home after finishing her shift. However, that day, she would not make it home. It was the last time anyone would see Lisa alive. It was a Sunday evening, and Lisa Holm was working as usual in the cafe restaurant. It seemed like a normal day for her and her colleagues. After the cafe closed at 6 p.m., Lisa and her co-workers helped clean up and finish the remaining tasks. At around 6:20 p.m., her colleagues left for home. Lisa stayed a little longer to put on weatherproof clothing before heading home on her moped. Around that time, she sent her father one final message: "I'm leaving now." Shortly after, her father received a call from Lisa, but he thought it was a pocket dial as there was no voice on the other end. He hung up, not thinking much of it. An hour later, when Lisa still hadn't arrived home, her father began to worry. He decided to drive out and meet her. On the way to the cafe, he couldn't find his daughter. When he reached the cafe, he found Lisa's moped standing intact, the key still in the ignition, but no sign of Lisa. Something or someone must have prevented her from leaving. Together with the cafe owner, Lisa's father searched the area, but they couldn't find her. At 9:47 p.m., they finally called the police. At this point, no one suspected that a dangerous individual lived just a few meters away from the cafe. The police began their investigation at the cafe but found no immediate clues. It wasn't until later that they found a glove nearby, which was unmistakably Lisa's. Word of her disappearance quickly spread, and many locals joined the search for the missing girl. On Tuesday, June 9, 2015, a photo of Lisa was publicly circulated to aid the search effort. Thanks to the help of many volunteers, several of Lisa's belongings, including her broken iPhone and an earring, were found scattered in the area near the cafe, especially in a nearby barn. The police now believe that something terrible had happened to Lisa before she could even leave on her moped. The search was expanded, with the possibility of an abduction being considered. Lena Svendug, Lisa's boss, requested police protection for the cafe, as she feared that it could be a case of foul play. Her fears were justified when she encountered a young man named Nerijus Bilevicius, who had been acting suspiciously near the barn. Nerijus lived not far from the bar, as you can see on Google Maps. According to police reports, Nerijus had approached a jogger days earlier and asked for directions. The jogger became wary and refused to engage in conversation. It is possible that Nerijus attempted a similar approach with Lisa. As mentioned, she did not leave on her scooter. It was parked in the same spot the entire time. By Friday, just a few days after Lisa Holm's disappearance, a significant breakthrough in the investigation was made. Nerijus, along with his wife and brother, was taken into police custody. This followed the distressing discovery of a body, which was sadly identified as Lisa Holm. Nerijus was quickly identified as the main suspect. The subsequent investigation revealed a troubling sequence of events. It was discovered that Nerijus had committed the crime in a shed adjacent to the cafe. He had first wrapped Lisa's head in duct tape to ensure her suffocation, and then strangled her with a rope. After the crime, he concealed her body in a cabinet on a nearby farm where he was employed. The evidence against Nerijus was substantial. DNA found on the inside of Lisa's jacket linked him directly to the crime. Although his wife and brother were initially detained, it soon became clear that they were not involved and were subsequently released. Despite the overwhelming evidence and the testimony of his own brother, who provided key information, Nerijus continued to deny his involvement. He could not provide a credible alibi, and the case against him was strong. Following his arrest, Nerijus was extradited to Lithuania for trial. The judicial process was thorough and rigorous, reflecting the severity of the crime. Nerijus was ultimately sentenced to life imprisonment, bringing a measure of justice to those affected by the tragedy. However, Nereus's story did not end with his sentencing. About 5 years into his incarceration, he was attacked by a fellow inmate. The attack was severe, and Nereus did not survive his injuries. The inmate responsible was later apprehended and faced additional charges. Nereus's death in prison marked a further tragic chapter in a case already marked by profound sorrow and served as a stark reminder of the harsh realities of prison life and the complexities of justice and retribution. The Lisa Holm case left a deep scar on Swedish society. A young, innocent girl, just 17 years old, was brutally robbed of her future. Lisa was a daughter, a friend, a sister, a young woman with dreams and hopes. But on a windy evening in June 2015, she crossed paths with a monster. Nereus, a man who acted without remorse or humanity, not only took her life, but plunged an entire nation into grief. The monster who killed Lisa tried to cover up his horrific crime, hiding her body and denying what he had done. But the truth came to light, along with the painful realization that evil can lurk anywhere, even in the quietest corners of the country. What do you think about this tragic case? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it so more people can hear Lisa's story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to hear more stories like this. Thanks for watching.